Well, it has now been 6 days since a strike in Canada stopped all shipments between the Great Lakes ports and the world. And now people are starting to feel its impacts. The strike is happening here in the Welland Canal. That's where Canada's operational locks lay. It is a vital part of the Seaway because it is the only system to let ships in or out of the Great Lakes area. So for ships there, they're anchored until those locks are back up and running. Some of those ships are carrying cargo that Great Lakes ports depend on. Northern News Now's Car Cop talks to local port leaders and shares what this means for the region's economy.
The clock is ticking for ports along the St. Lawrence Seaway system, including Duluth.
For every day that this strike drags on, it takes away about 2% of the available supply chain capacity before the end of the season.
In 50 days, shipping season comes to an end, and if the strike in Canada doesn't come to a resolution soon, the impact would cost millions.
So just for the Port of Duluth Superior alone, we're talking about an economic impact potentially north of $30 million.
Right now, it is believed that there are 14 ships stuck at the Welland Seaway Canal, directly impacting our region's economy. And we aren't the only ones feeling the hit. Across the border, Canadian ship owner Guillaume DeBril feeling frustrated with 15 of his ships stuck here in the Great Lakes region.
We're stuck in the middle of this conflict. So at this point, they are basically at anchor and they are waiting for a resolution to this conflict, which means that they are full of essential cargo that cannot get to its destination ports.
A concern that regional manufacturers and businesses who rely on that cargo here are feeling, including construction companies like MnDOT who rely on cement and steel imports.
They're waiting and watching, and at this point having to consider potential alternative supply chain options, which obviously is not something that we want them to have to do.
For now, it's a waiting game here in Duluth, hoping those in Canada can reach a negotiation before shipping season ends.
The longer this strike lingers, the more economic impacts happen here in the Port of Duluth Superior.
In Duluth, Car Cop, Northern News Now.
Cara, thank you. Now, Ontario and Quebec leaders releasing a joint statement this week in response to the strike. They're asking all sides involved to come to an agreement quickly. If not, the federal government will step in to help move to a resolution. Well,